I don't know.
Stream key and all that.
It's supposed to be. It would tell us, I thought, if it didn't. YouTube's not receiving enough to maintain a smooth.
There we go.
There we go. All right, maybe.
Maybe now.
Hello, everybody.
Let me finish here.
It's Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead. We're still trying to get set up.
I'm gonna get there. Hang on.
YouTube messes us up all the time.
YouTube is screwing up big time. Okay, now.
You satisfied?
I think I'm pretty satisfied.
We're going to have a bad stream. It's probably going to buffer and in and out and everything else.
Yeah, because YouTube told me we wasn't getting very good signal. It's cloudy outside. It's bad cloudy.
It's not raining.
Not raining.
It's cloudy. A lot of people popped in.
Let's see here. Give me just a minute here. Let everybody kind of get going there. Country Homestead Preacher. Hey, just looked at your property, your new property, just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we were watching that.
You were watching that? Congrats.
I was shocked.
I was shocked. I was really, I'm not going to lie. I said,
like, you just found the nice property with a pretty pond, and hey, that's not it.
Yeah. I was like, this ain't the same property here, you know? So, anyway.
I got to go turn that light out.
Oh, is it bothering you?
Yes, it bothers me. You know that.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Hey, Mark. Good to see you in, my friend. Let's see. We got people from the UK. Love that sunflower shirt, they said.
Thank you. This was from our Show Me Yours challenge last year, growing sunflowers.
Yeah.
This year it is pumpkins.
We've already got a troll tonight.
Well,
or is that a troll or is it not?
What is it?
He just keeps showing a bunch of vegetables across there. I couldn't quite make it up.
Okay, if somebody messes up something, they'll
I don't know if it was a troll or not.
Gemini's in there. She'll whack them.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was actually a troll. All I saw was vegetables.
Well, then they were just showing you vegetables.
Yeah,
that's not a troll. We grow vegetables.
I know. That's really not like. I don't know if it was a troll or not.
Y'all don't pay Danny attention. He's new to this.
Really?
5 years.
5 years into it, and I'm just getting to be new.
Yeah. No, this year there is a pumpkin challenge. Everybody is in it. Hoss Tools has 4 different seeds. Pumpkin seeds, giant pumpkins.
Giant pumpkins, I think. But you can only use one, can't you?
Yeah, but you can grow any amount you want, but you can only enter one pumpkin, the biggest pumpkin you grow. And all the details are on 4 Kids in a Farm's channel. Go to 4 Kids in a Farm, and Aaron tells you what all you could do. You grow a pumpkin, you measure it, you throw the pictures up on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, and you have hashtags. Hoss, I forgot something, boss.
Oh, I know now what they
Pumpkin boss. Okay, that was it.
Their property be closer to their family plus their new granddaughter. So
instead of moving the wrong way, you move toward them.
Move toward them instead of the other way. Hey, that is what it is, you know.
Yeah. So if y'all want to join the pumpkin challenge, just go to Growing Pumpkins.
I'm reading all this stuff here.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Man, we got a lot of people here tonight. Okay, now here he is, Wisconsin, smashing the like button. That was the unlimited process. See, he wasn't a troll. He was vegetables and stuff. You know.
I told you that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. I'm not.
He's not used to the emojis.
I didn't whack them. I mean, somebody else did. You know.
Yeah, y'all don't whack them for that. Danny's not used to the emojis.
Where can I get the 10 pumpkin seeds? You can get them from us. deepsouthhomestead.etsy.com.
Yeah. Somebody says cutworms, help.
Yeah.
Cutworms, help.
Put toilet paper rolls. Take your toilet paper. Take the.
All right, it says it connected.
Let's see if this is any better. Not
really.
Nope.
All right.
So we're in the green. Okay, we're in the green. So I took care of it. Yeah.
We'll see if this works for a minute or two.
Okay.
Love the laugh. Okay, so we took Mom on a ride through her old hometown where she grew up, And we went and looked at an old house place that Danny and I had seen on the internet. And it's right on the road, so it's not something that we would want, but yet it was very interesting. And it was, what'd you say, 35 acres?
35 acres.
It would be some nice growing land.
It'd be nice. I mean, it had probably 25-year-old pine timber on it, 30-year-old pine timber. I was
going to put some of the pictures up, and I didn't get that done. But Danny stood upside of some of the trees.
I look like an ant beside these big old giant trees.
And some of them are cedars. The crepe myrtles were
astronomically large.
What, 20 feet tall?
Oh, they were probably 20 feet tall and 2 foot in diameter at the bottom. I mean,
for crepe myrtles, that's crazy. Now, Mom has one or two in her yard that are like that.
Yeah.
But this was they were all over the place, and the trees were just phenomenal. But if anybody's looking, there's a place. Contact us.
Yeah, we can give you a place. It's got a barn and everything on it, but it needs some work. It needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
The toilet paper rolls. Somebody's asking about cutworms. I say take your center out of your toilet paper.
The little.
Cut it in half. It's usually about, I don't know, 4.5, 5 inches long. Whack it in half. Slide that little tube down over your plants, and cutworms usually won't mess with it. It's really good for tomatoes and stuff like that. Okay.
Don't mention the
TP word on YouTube. Oh, that's true. Yeah, there might be a run on toilet paper for the tube.
Well, there's a new PC word for it now, and they will drop you. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You can't do the TP no more.
I can't do the TP. We can't be an Indian. Can't do a TP.
You can't do that.
Okay.
No more TP.
All right.
We gotta kill the TP. You gotta kill everything. This is what we do. Be quiet. That's it.
Like Barney Fife.
So maybe YouTube won't cut us off if we do that. We just sit here for an hour.
Maybe. They might, though, because you're not moving. If you're not moving, it throws you into the wrong algorithm.
Oh, Lord. All right. Something is eating my strawberries, and I can't see a thing on them.
Slugs. They do it at night.
Yeah. That's usually what it is. Lee and Margie from Evergreen, Texas. Can you overdo calcium nitrate and get blossoming rot?
They got blossoming rot. Yeah, you can overdo the calcium nitrate. You can burn your plants up because it's nitrogen. Or you can have too much nitrogen and the plant can just go freaking crazy and just grow all plant and no tomatoes. So you got to be kind of careful.
Striking paper.
Do what?
They're giving TP another name.
Yeah.
They're tall as this striking papers, and just kind of struck me.
Now, one of the hydromus, one does roses doing?
Several of them have bloomed. I've thrown pictures up on Instagram of 2 or 3 of them. The one, was it kind of a pale blue or pale lavender
color? Yeah.
Bloom this week. It's almost white. It's really, really light. And then a couple of the variegated ones has bloomed.
Now, everybody wants to know, how is Daisy doing?
Daisy is fine and dandy.
Daisy's fine and dandy. She's crying, making all kind of noise.
She wants back with the herd.
She wants back with the herd, and then Minnie, her child, calf, wants to nurse, and she can't nurse, so she's screaming and hollering. So they just got to learn to live with it. She's going to stay locked up.
We got 2 babies hollering.
But she's on baby watch right now because she's about to have a baby at any time.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep them separated. Why did you choose an Alexa Pure over a Berkey?
It's a lot cheaper, and you only have to have one filter. You ain't got to have other filters. The Alexa Pure filter does a lot more than the Berkey filter does. Lasts longer, and just a whole lot cheaper than the Berkey was. And it does a better job. And you get it from My Patriot Supply. And if you use our link on My Patriot Supply, you even get more of a discount.
Yes. Did you get the cottonmouth snake at the pond? It wasn't a cottonmouth, was it?
Yes.
It was a cottonmouth?
No. It was a water moccasin.
It was a water moccasin.
It was a water moccasin. It wasn't a cottonmouth, but it was a water moccasin. And yes, I did get it. Did you put a picture of it up on? You put it on Facebook.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think she put. I think
it's on Facebook.
I think she put it up on Facebook.
What's the secret to growing large jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins? I don't know. I've never grown one.
Well, you take off all of them off the vine, but 2.
So my plant's up what, this tall?
Yeah, you got plants about 4. Don't you have a picture of them?
I didn't never go take a picture. I got lazy this evening.
Okay, you
No
got
pictures
lazy.
except for our friends this morning. We'll talk about that in a minute. But my pumpkins are growing, but that's it.
Okay, just doing too cold. Okay, Nadia says my green bean plants have little holes in the leaves, but I can't see any insects. It's called flea beetles. They're little black tiny beetles, and they go up under the bottom of the leaf, and they eat holes in it. And as soon as you touch the plant, they just pop off.
I gotta say hey to Umbria.
Okay. Oh, Umbria's
They're on here. So Umbria said Kingpin and George are helping Mom with the garden.
Oh, they did make it all right.
They made it there.
Yes, they made it.
How is Umbria doing? Is she doing okay? And she's loving on Kingpin and George, I'm sure. Yeah. So guys, when we went to the Great Appalachian Conference, Vivian and Umbria came up to my table, and Umbria and I talked for a long time, and she gave me Kingpin and George, which was a monkey and a penguin. They were beanie babies.
Beanie babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had Kingpin and George for nearly 3 or 4 years now. And Umbria got sick back before Christmas, and her mom contacted me, and we talked, and I called and talked to Umbria, and I sent Kingpin and George back to keep her company. So now they're helping in the garden.
Okay. Also, what's our pressure canner? What's the name of it? Is it a Presto?
Presto.
Okay, our 16-quart pressure canner is a Presto. We love it. Works fine. We have no problems with it.
And we bought a second one.
We actually bought a second one, just a backup. What do you know about peach tree borers? They'll kill your peach trees. Hey, dig around the bottom of the peach tree. You'll see little jelly stuff coming out. You can take a little wire. I've done it for years on one of my peach trees out here. You start shoving that little wire up in the hole until you stick the worm and you kill him. And then I turned around and used my cow manure on the tree and killed it because it had grays on it.
So water moccasin is a type of cottonmouth, probably. Danny, what can I do for flea beetles?
Flea beetles is, short of using a pesticide, you might could use some neem oil. I don't know if neem oil actually does any good on them or not. You can read on the box and see if it does.
All right.
Where do we get our electricity from?
Pearl River Valley
Electric Power Association for our house.
And the cabins
the
run
cabin's
on
off grid.
And
yes, off
power
grid.
generators.
It doesn't get power from nowhere.
Okay, so this week we had somebody send these, and I think I was just talking to her online a while ago. She asked me, did they get here? Yes. So these two came, and then I forgot names. I gotta look at stuff, y'all.
We have to look at names. We have so many people.
Danny did something with the name on this one. I don't remember who sent it, and I can't find
it. It's out on the carport.
Is that what it is on the box?
On the box.
All right. We got seeds. There were flower seeds sent to us by, let me find the name. Jonathan. And I think his birthday is today or tomorrow or yesterday. Yeah, I think he told me his birthday is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he asked would we plant some seeds in his father's name. So I did take one of the packs already and planted in my GreenStalk. And we're going to just see if they'll come up and if I can grow some flowers in the GreenStalk. Just saying. And last week, I didn't get to show those. They were laying here by Danny and I didn't see them. And that's the other one. Let me look. Georgia Garden Girl sent a box of stuff, and this was one of them. It's the chicken pot holder thingy, and I forgot last week and didn't get to show it. And then this one is from, you didn't get the thing.
Oh, I didn't see nothing.
There's a card somewhere.
Oh, okay. Give me just a minute here.
Yeah, I gotta see names. Oh, Tammy I Am. That's it.
Tam I Am.
Brady.
Tammy I Am.
Brady.
Yeah.
Sent this one.
This is beautiful. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
It's for the cabin.
Yeah, we're going to take it to the cabin, but I didn't want to take it till I showed it. And I knew I had it here last week, and I couldn't find it, and it was laying right beside Davy.
Yeah, he had
said
it right.
One of us saw it.
Right beside us, and we didn't even see it. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Let me see here. Where we got to?
I don't know. Yeah, if you could put your things in all caps, I can see them a little better. What is the weather like there at the MO? I don't know. We're in Mississippi.
We're in Mississippi. We're not in Missouri.
We're in Mississippi, and it's cloudy, but
cloudy,
it's not raining.
Not raining yet. It was very cool this morning, but it warmed up a good bit today.
Let's see. Danny, the brown sugar is homemade. Okay, the brown sugar is the other thing Georgia Garden Girl sent because I got it in the cabinet.
Yes, I remember that.
And then she sent some.
Yeah.
There's some containers for us to put cane syrup in. I'm not sure. Okay, so you want to show our guest the G.
Okay, let me.
GFN. We had guests.
We had guests today, guys. We actually had a fantastic morning with our guests. And I want to see if any of y'all, before I tell you who this is, I want to see if any of y'all recognize who this is.
Some of them know from.
Well, don't even say.
Patreon.
Don't.
Patreon already.
Well, that's
knows.
okay. But this is who our guest was today. We spent the morning with them. Does anyone here that's in the live stream know who they are?
I hope a whole bunch of you know who they are.
Because if you, can I reuse Rusty Ball Ring? Yeah, you can reuse them. Just take them off as soon as you get to the cannon.
All right, so we've got a delayed reaction.
Oh, sorry, MO equals moment.
Now I forgot the rest of it.
I forgot what it was now. Yeah.
Oh, how is the weather at the moment?
At the moment, yeah.
Okay, I get it.
It's cloudy.
Aqua.
Lou Just Lou, Grow Family Network.
Aqua said it. So yeah, they know.
Okay, everybody knows who this is. Great. We had a blast with them this morning. We walked around, me and Mr. Grow walked around, and we looked at everything. We talked about everything. Guys, we had a really good time. They have a wonderful family.
This is Danny and Mr. Grow under the
mulberry tree.
He said that's his favorite spot. He said, I'd never leave right here.
We ate some mulberries. I mean, we just eat mulberries and eat mulberries. They were just everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, have I grown sorghum? Yes, I've grown sorghum before.
How the worms doing? He put the second tier on the worms.
Yes, I did. I put the second tier on, got them going, and they already have worms started up in the second tier, so they are doing well. And we got another one of the, let's see here.
Yeah, they were on their way to the beach. They actually already went to the beach yesterday, got up early this morning, and came back to see us. Stayed till right about 11, I think.
Yeah.
And then they were headed back to the beach. So they are at the beach.
They're at the beach now.
It's not like they didn't make it there. They made it and come back and went again.
Yeah, this is Bev and the kids. They're
yes.
Beautiful family.
Zachariah, Zion, and it starts with an A.
Don't ask me. I didn't ask the names of them, so I don't know.
Adonai. Is that it?
Okay.
I don't know. That may not be right. No, it's not Adonai.
Okay, whatever. I mean, I never asked their names.
I
did hear the Zion. I do know
Zion and Zachariah, and it starts with an A.
I can't help you because I never did ask them. Me and Mr. Grow was talking all the time. I didn't ask nobody's names. I knew Bev's from our channel, but they're a beautiful bunch of kids, a beautiful family, got great values. That's what I love about them.
And Danny he and Mr. Grow sat on the porch and talked. Bev took the kids out to the car, and I went and got some plants and stuff like that while they did a quick talk before they had to leave because the kids were really wanting to get back and go swimming. They were anxious to go swimming.
Yeah.
And so they ate a lot of mulberries. Everybody that comes loves mulberries.
The kids loaded up on the mulberries now. Yeah. About like Mr. Grow.
So we sent them home with a few plants that I collected around, and
they actually brought us some plants. Yes. They brought us a key lime tree. We didn't have a
key lime.
No, we did not have a key lime. He brought us a key lime tree and two loquats.
Yeah, loquats and some seeds.
And some seeds, yes.
And so we will be doing more collaborations hopefully in the summer. That's one thing they talked about is how their grow tunnel is like us. We're about 3 weeks behind.
We're 3 weeks behind on
our
all.
grow tunnels are doing good, our high tunnels, but theirs is open all the way to the top, and he said everything's doing reasonably in there, but everything outside is kind of 3 weeks or better.
Danny, is there any local dealers that sell the Hoss tools in Mississippi? No, you have to order straight from Hoss Tool.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie says, stained fingers. Yep, they would run around going, Mama, Mama, I'm bleeding, you know, and their hands were all red and everything. We got a big kick out of that.
So are you saying?
And the kids turned the Gulf purple? It's quite possible.
They might have. They had red hands.
They had red hands.
According to whether they got it all off.
Oh no, squirrels are eating my strawberries. They will do it. I actually shot one last year. He was sitting on the edge of my strawberry bed with a strawberry in his mouth when I shot him.
Guilty as charged. Yeah.
What security system do we use? I would rather not say that. Because if you give out information about your security system, then
people can look into it and figure out
how to break it. And most of all, our security system is one of them. I'll tell you this.
I know where
one of them is guarded by Walther PPQ. So I'll let you figure that one out.
Okay, California Zone 9. Would you recommend a high tunnel? Our biggest problem of late is fire. Well, it won't go through a fire.
It won't go through a fire.
But it'll work as long as you don't have a fire.
Oh, I see Flutie Licks in here. Any tips on growing strawberries? Just picked up a few at a local greenhouse today. Yeah, when you bring them home, before you get ready to plant them, take them out of the pack, soak all the plants in water, all the roots up, soak them in water. When you plant them, not too wet where they're at, but they do need to be moist. And make sure you don't put the crowns under the surface of the dirt. And they love fertilize. They love animal manure. I mean, they love rich fertilize.
Yeah. Somebody's saying something about they found some lids and stuff. Now, we got these 2 things sent to us this week, but Danny and I went to researching lids.
We did.
And we found...
Uline has them.
Yeah, Uline has them, but you have to... You're limited.
You're limited on the regular mouth. You're limited to 2 boxes. On the wide mouth, you're limited to 10 boxes.
I think it was 10.
But we also went to another channel called Fillmore.
Or Link.
A link.
Yeah,
called Fillmore.
Fillmore.
And we was able to order a huge long tube of them.
Sleeve.
I'm getting there. And it was pretty reasonable. They said they were made in America. It said that the inside the lids was white. They were BPA free.
But they also was a lot of people recommended not using them for pressure canning,
but for making jams and jellies and stuff like this.
A lot of fruit.
Yeah, we do a lot of fruit.
So we're going to use that sleeve for all the figs and apples and pears and peaches, anything that we do like that. Yeah. We're going to be using that sleeve. That saves my ball cannon like these here. I can use these pressure cannon and not worry, where the others were not recommended for pressure canning.
Yeah.
The company didn't say that, but in the reviews, people said as long as they didn't pressure can, and even pressure canning 20% they lost, so it's not like they lost a lot.
No, it's not PPK, it's PPQ.
It's actually a GUN.
Yeah.
Just in case somebody don't like that I say it.
Yeah. What's the best security system on the market? Oh, man. I don't know if there is technically a best one. Ours are motion censored. We actually have several of them around the property. And they detect wildlife, human, body heat, whatever. They pick up all that stuff, scan it, and notify us. And when each one of them has a different setup in the house here, so that we know exactly where it's at on the property at any given moment.
Okay, somebody's saying, can we start bare root blueberries in a container because they're fighting weather in Indiana? Oh
yeah, we got blueberries in containers in our greenhouse.
Do you have any suggestion to stop the squirrels from eating the strawberries?
Yeah, it's called a GUN.
Yeah, somebody said they got some from Winco. We don't have a Winco.
Yeah, we
here.
don't have a Winco here. No.
Danny, would you report if you caught a genetically modified mosquito?
Yes, I would report it. I don't know how I would know. I know they just released a bunch of them in Florida, but I don't know. I don't know how I would know if it was genetically modified.
Okay, somebody said they remember the stink bugs last year. What plants do they target? They were actually kudzu bugs.
Those were kudzu bugs we had last year, not stink bugs.
We thought they were stink bugs.
Yeah.
And then when we got looking into it,
they were actually a kudzu bug.
bugs. And
now, the stink bugs are very easy to control. Lots of people worry about them. But stink bugs, if you'll go out early in the morning, right when the sun, I mean, when you can just see the ground good, they will be right at the tip top of your plants, and you can just take a container and rake them off in it, and they'll fall right off in it. You can take them and put some soapy water in it, gets rid of them, or you can feed them to the chickens or whatever.
Where do we purchase our high tunnel? GrowersSolution.com, and if you mention Deep South, you get 10% off.
Yeah.
Growers Solution. I got lids from Uline last year and used them.
Yeah, Uline, we ordered our lids in a day and a half, to almost just 2 days, they were here.
Yeah, Uline within 2 days is usually here. The sleeve we haven't gotten yet. And, and I wanted to kind of do a review on them when we start doing some stuff, you know, and talk about them, but they still hadn't even made it yet. But we're not harvesting anything that we're putting up in. I mean, I could make mulberry jelly, but we don't need a lot of jelly. I've been freeze drying the mulberries.
Yeah.
And putting some in the freezer.
I have an air rifle that shoots really. I mean, it's an expensive one. Let me say that, several $100s, more than what I thought I'd ever pay for an air rifle. But that thing is awesome. I can take a squirrel at 100 yards, and I can knock him out of a tree just like I'm sitting right on him. I mean, this thing is awesome.
Do y'all ever push 2 sweet potato crops in a year?
No, it's not. You can't do it.
Probably not.
No, because it takes 125 days to grow sweet potatoes, and we can't get the slips up fast enough to get them in the ground while frost is going on. And still, now we might could do it if we did it in the high tunnel.
But what we actually do most of the time, Danny rotates plants.
Yeah.
Whatever comes up, the slips, he takes and plants. Then the next week he plants, and the next week, and some of them may be even a month behind the others. But when we dig, we just dig most all of them. And some of them will be smaller as opposed to some larger ones. So.
Yeah. Do I have any advice of a manual deep well pump for when the power goes out or the grid down? Yeah, go over to, it's called Bison Pump, Bison Pump. I think it's out of Maine. And if you have a 4-inch well, you can actually put this down the well with your electric one now. In case the power ever goes out, you can still use your hand pump well with it. I mean, they got some really, good deals. Does Uline lids not pop like ball lids? Uline sells ball lids.
We bought ball.
Yeah, they're ball lids.
I think you can buy an off-brand, but we bought ball from Uline.
Yeah.
What is the brand and model of the air rifle? They don't make.
They don't make it. They don't make mine anymore. Mine is a. Oh gosh, it is a RS-22. It has a 22 caliber barrel and a 175 caliber barrel. Its barrels are interchangeable on it. It shoots either one. It comes with a scope and everything. They make one that's similar to it now, but this one weighs like.
It's heavy.
This one weighs close to 10 pounds because it's really heavy. It's all steel and wood. It is an awesome gun. I mean, hands down, I have probably shot more animals with that thing than I have anything else.
Thank you, Rage, from Birmingham, Alabama. Do you rotate crops? Yes.
Yes.
We take one out, put something else in all the time. We're also doing that in the greenhouse. When we take something out of the greenhouse, we're putting something back. So we're rotating all the time. Lulu, thank you.
Thank you, Lulu.
Cup of coffee.
Is it too late to plant fall-bearing raspberries in Zone 5B? Probably not in Zone 5B. Probably right on time, really.
Umbria is doing better, still fragile. She wants to know if you like purple. I like all kinds of color. I'm a color person. Danny knows I like all colors. I'd have this everything around here in color, wouldn't I?
Yeah, she would. She really would.
Hence crazy days with all the colors.
Yeah.
Um,
Uline wouldn't let me order, only taking orders for existing customers. Oh, well, I've been a customer for Uline for, gosh, probably 10 or 15 years or more. So maybe that may be true now. I don't know.
William Smith, thank you. He said your porch talk that talked about officials visiting your property inspired him. He's having the same issue. Well, if they'd have come to the door and said, hey, we want to go do this, instead you look and you hear them.
Yeah, you
when
just
they
see
come
them.
in, they don't come to our house. They go the other way.
Yeah, they just went through the woods and went over on my other road over there and was just going through the property. And I'm like, no.
So Danny went around the other way to catch them.
Yeah, I headed them off in the other direction. Yeah.
It's just funny. He wasn't laughing. He was not a happy kid.
What was the best way to ensure that you don't have blossom end rot? Calcium. I use calcium nitrate, lime, but it takes, now the thing about lime is it takes 3 months for lime to work. So lime is not going to work right away. You have to start in the fall with lime if you want to use it in the spring. So calcium nitrate is my go-to for that. Now you can use gypsum. Gypsum will work real good too. Or you can use basic slag. Basic slag will work, it just won't last very long.
Abigail says, well, welcome Highland Warrior named Danny.
Highland Warrior's name was Danny. I saw that a while ago. What can I plant where I harvested red potatoes? We plant our sweet potatoes right behind our red potatoes, Eagle Lover. And
how's the pond doing?
Oh, the ponds are fantastic.
Danny fishes all the time.
I fish every day now. We have tons of fish in them. They turn dark green, and they're just, I mean, we've got
You can see in the back one now, way deep, because we were out there earlier, and you saw this fish just floating up.
Yeah.
All the way. You seen him from way down coming up, and he got him some food, and he went back down. I mean, you can see a long ways. It's amazing, because we used to couldn't see it all.
Yeah, I am. Me said, Danny, how did they react when you told them they had to leave? They act real casual. They didn't act like it bothered them at all. They said, well, we go on other people's property. I said, well, I'm not everybody else, so you need to leave. And I told them, I said, here, let me give you my phone number. So if you want to come back, you call me next time.
All right. So how often do you apply calcium?
Calcium nitrate. Well, I apply calcium to tomatoes once every 2 weeks.
So Highland Warrior lives in the Highlands of Scotland on a farm. My mom's dad's family was from Scotland originally, back way 1600s, and their last name was Douglas. So my mom was a Douglas.
One is of the elite Douglas people from the Douglas Castle.
Yeah, I started researching, and I found that in Scotland, my family has a castle, and in Danny, when I was researching his, I was kind of rubbing it in that my family had a castle there. It's not in the, I guess it's in ruins. It's not.
Yeah.
No, you can visit.
No, you can visit.
The Douglas Castle, you can visit.
You can visit the Douglas Castle.
And so I was kind of rubbing it in that we had a castle. And so I started doing his genealogy and went and took the Kennard family, his mom's side back, and it went to Scotland. And the Kennards had a castle. So
we did have,
he had his own castle too back in the day. And guess what? There was a feud between the Douglases and the Kennards. And one of them made the other one mad, and the Douglases ransacked the Kennard castle.
Yeah, the Kennards killed one of the Douglases.
Yeah, to start with, the Kennards killed a Douglas. The Douglases ransacked the Kennard castle back in like 1400s or something.
Yeah.
And so, and I know probably Highlands sitting there laughing at us.
Probably is.
But Danny and I settled a family feud in 2013 by Marion, Douglas and a Kennard, Marion fixing that many-year-old feud.
How often do I use Golden Bloom on tomatoes and peppers? Once every 2 weeks. Everything with me is once every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Every 2 weeks. I water every day, though.
Well, we water every day, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody, how old are our mulberry trees? Okay, our mulberry trees are what? They're 5 years old.
We probably got them from Miss Eleanor.
We did. We got them Miss Eleanor
6 or 7 years ago.
We've only been married 8, so it's probably
6 to 7.
That's probably 6.
And they were probably about a year old because they were about this tall when we got them. And they didn't really start growing till about 2 years ago.
How many appliances do you run off your Blue Yeti at the cabin? We don't have any appliances at our cabin. No. We're off grid. We don't have any appliances.
When Danny says that we run the whole cabin, what he's talking about is lights.
Lights, ceiling fans, and things to that nature, because we're off grid. We don't have any appliances. We don't want any appliances.
I don't use any appliances. So that's kind of, when he says we run the place, it's always lights and fans.
Yeah, because I mean our hot water's gas outside and stuff like that. So we don't, and we run the hot plates. We use the generator. So I mean we don't have any appliances.
Somebody says, and now you've created your very own castle. Well done.
Yep.
We're working on it. There are different size high tunnels? Yes, all kinds of.
Oh, there's all kinds of sizes of high tunnels. You can get them 10 feet, 16 feet wide. You can get them 20 feet wide, 24 feet wide. I don't remember if 24 or 30 is the widest you can go.
Yeah.
Will mason lids, where'd it go?
It jumped like.
Will mason lids work well with ball jars? Yes, they're all the same size. The jar sizes are all the same on the top.
Look at that. You all are like a way less dramatic and not as messed up or dead as Romeo and Juliet. Did you get very cold weather there?
Yes, it got down in the teens.
But we stayed normal most of the time.
Most of the time we was at 20-something or higher.
30-something plus a long time. We're not used to that.
Yeah, we stayed in the 30s a lot this year.
And we're used to being 50s and plus most of the time, even in the winter.
I never see tags or markers in your garden. How do you remember what you planted when and where? We just know what they are.
We know what the plant looks like.
I look at the plant. I can tell you from the time a plant starts sprouting out of the ground, I can tell you what it is.
We put markers in when we do seed trays.
Yeah.
But once they come up, Danny usually knows what it is right off the bat. I do most plants, but not everything. And I had planted an eggplant in my greenhouse and had forgotten about it because it didn't come up. And a week or so ago, he says, hey, look, this looks like an eggplant. And it was kind of under something else. And when I looked, I had an eggplant come up. But he caught it before I did.
Yeah. How old does a mulberry tree need to be before it bears mulberries? They bear in about the 3rd year.
Yeah. Some of them I can't read. They're so little. And it said, you recommend high tunnels instead of greenhouses?
Yes, I always recommend a high tunnel over a greenhouse any day.
Do I have a good pork and beans recipe for canning? No, I don't, because I don't do pork and beans or anything like that. Where did you get your high tower planter from?
It's called a high arc wheel hoe. We got that from Hoss Tool.
Oh, is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, it's a planter.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Anyone use shade cloth, and what percentage and what brand?
Yes, we use shade cloth. We use 45%. 40, I'm sorry, it is 40. We use 40%. I don't know the name of the company because we order through Grower Solutions, and Grower Solution has its own company that they use.
Yeah. And we have the black and the white.
Yes.
The black is staying 5 to 10 degrees cooler
than the white. Yeah.
So they're a little shocked and we're a little shocked. Do you have freeze dryers, and how are they powered? We have a freeze dryer here at our house. We do not have one.
Do we have deep freezers?
Oh, deep freezers.
Yes, we have deep freezers. We have 4 of them, and they are all electric.
Yeah, they're powered. This house is powered by Pearl River Valley. Our cabin is off grid.
Where are Danny's ancestors from? From the swamps of the Amazon. No, my ancestors are Native American, and
the Kings are from
North Carolina, South Carolina. They're from the
King Mountain.
They're from King Mountain. When we go back past that, they go all the way to the King of France, or was it France?
I think France.
They were French.
And then his mom's side, the Cunards, goes back to like I said,
Scotland. They go back to Scotland, yeah. How do mulberries compare to blackberries? Way sweeter, no seeds.
And taste a lot better.
Taste a whole lot better.
Better write things down.
Your memory will fail. Oh, how I know that. Oh, let's see here. Where were we at here? My eyes are getting fuzzy.
Mulberries have hardly any flavor. Ours are sweet. Once they started getting ready, they taste fantastic. We have an older tree that doesn't have much flavor, but these have flavor. Now, I don't know what kind they are, but do you think you will switch out the white shade cloth for the black one?
Yes, we're going to be switching the white one out for the black one. Probably in about 8 to 10 weeks, we'll probably switch it out.
Yeah, we're thinking about switching it out. We're going to kind of see how it's doing over the next few weeks when we really heat up. But when we had a couple of hot days, and I'm telling y'all, I had to turn the fans on.
Yeah.
So.
Do you need 2 mulberry trees to pollinate? No. You can have 1 mulberry tree and be just fine.
What's the best way to align your high tunnel in a high wind area?
Figure out which direction your prevailing winds are from. That's what we did. Our worst weather comes from out of the southwest going toward the northeast, or from the northeast going toward the southwest, and that's the way we faced our high tunnels, with the ends in those directions.
Do you have a white mulberry tree? No.
No, we do not have a white one.
Can I boil down and...
Angels, trumpets, and drink the tea? Well, you probably could if you want to be sky high.
They're asking King or King, K-I-N-G.
K-I-N-G, yeah.
It was rumored that the king that came over here was the brother or cousin to the original king that was there. And you know that only one person can be king and the rest of them have to skip country or
they have
something
to skip country. Do we have a 200 or 400 amp service coming into our homestead? We have a 200 amp service coming into our homestead.
Do we have elderberries?
Yes, we have elderberry trees. Yes, we do. Oh, Lucas, Abigail,
persimmons. Yes, we do have persimmons.
Let's see. Yes, we have wild ones and tame ones.
We actually have, what was that one that we've got? It's supposed to have been a fuyu.
Supposed to have been a fuyu,
but everybody last year said it wasn't a fuyu. But whatever it is loaded this year.
Yes, all the fruit trees this year are loaded except the apple trees.
So we don't have a clue what kind we got. We just know we got one. A lot of people being timed out for some reason.
These are people that are just jumping in here being trolls
all
at the last minute. All of a sudden,
just ban them if you have to.
Ban them. Get rid of them.
Don't time them out.
Don't time them out. Just ban them.
Be done with it. I have been told mulberry roots will burst through concrete. Is that true? Yes.
Yes. They will run 100 foot from the tree. And the way you can tell a mulberry root is they're bright orange. So you'll know when you dig into one of them.
What kind of soil do I use in my GreenStalk? My GreenStalk has, what's the name of it? Miracle Grow potting soil or Schultz potting soil. I've used both of them, and it is the kind that has the time-released fertilizer in it. I'm hoping to do a video, but now they are having a sale, so if I don't get to tell anybody by the time it goes off, I think it's this weekend. If you use my link, you get the original 5-tier GreenStalk for $99, I think. Best sale they have. So
okay, the question was asked, why are all my cabbages going to seeds? That's called bolting. It's because they've been planted too long. The weather's got too hot. Usually that happens when you buy store-bought plants because the store-bought plants are really older than they tell you that they are. They're sprayed with a chemical to keep them from actually growing for a while. And when you plant them, if it turns off warm, they automatically bolt.
What kind of fertilizer you use for your fruit trees for growth and fruit production? And I think another question was how often or when do you?
I fertilize my fruit trees once every 2 weeks, just like I do my garden. To start out with, sometimes I use fish emulsion, and then I switch over to 8-24-24 fertilize. What fruit trees can handle partial shade? Blueberries, huckleberries, most any of them can handle some partial shade as long as it's not too much. My apple trees, some of them's in partial shade. My peach trees are in partial shade. And they all do just fine.
Yeah, we've had pretty good luck with most all of it.
Kind of apples you get, Granny Smiths and so on, Golden Delicious. Only 3 apples with Highland Warrior will grow in our area here. The Delicious Golden, the Ein Shamir, and the Anna are the only 3 apples that will grow where we're at.
Now we have in the high tunnel, we have several kinds that we're experimenting with.
We have some we're experimenting with.
And they're in the high tunnel and protected, so we're going to see how they do this year. What
is my favorite indeterminate tomato? That would be a Amish paste. How do I keep squirrels away from my fruit trees and blueberry bushes? It's called a GUN.
Do orange trees need pruning?
You really don't have to prune an orange tree unless you just don't want it to get too tall. But if you want to keep it low, you can prune it. But technically, you don't have to.
Now, Highland Warrior's asking about crab apples. He's saying, AKA cooking apples. Now, our crab apples are about this big around.
Yeah, ours are little tiny ones.
And they're not cooking apples. No. You can make jelly out of them or something, but that's about it. We have what we call a kind of, the apple we use, what is it? It's not an Ein Shamir. Is it Anna?
Anna.
I think it's an Anna that we use for applesauce and just slicing apple. I'm experimenting with the pink lady. We don't have one of those, do we? Wait,
we might have a pink lady.
I think we did get a pink lady.
We might have one.
Because they recommended several for us to try in the greenhouse, and so we are.
Jen says, how do the high tunnels hold up to snow and ice? You need to go. We don't have any snow and ice here, but if you're going to have snow and ice, you need to go with the Gothic design.
Where it goes kind of.
It goes up to a point and it comes down. You don't need to get an arch one. You need to get the Gothic design.
So it has a way to slush it off.
Our peach trees have brown rot. What do you recommend? Get rid of the fruit because it overwinters in the ground, and lime around the tree pretty heavy, and it usually will kill any of that.
Was it the 5 level that was for? It says the 3 is for $99. I think the email said that it was the 5 tier for $99. It'll probably show up more than that. It might show up $119, and then when you put my code in, Deep South, it should bring it down to $99. Or $109, and then it brings it to $99. I'm not sure how that works. I haven't went and played with it. I just know the email was sent yesterday, and I hadn't had time to do a video. You could call GreenStalk if you have to on Monday and ask.
Someone said, I started the pink lady from seed. If you start an apple from seed, it will not be what it originally was. It will come back as a wild apple.
Mr. John says he has a pink lady, has apples this year 30 miles from the Gulf. We're going to see how it does.
We're going to see how it does.
I think we got one. I'm not 100% positive, but Danny got like several types.
Crab apples are great because of its high pectin content. Yes, that's true. Oh, actually, any apple, if you use it while it's green, it has a very high pectin content.
Any advice on getting rid of root knot nematodes?
Yes, you can do a couple of things. You can tarp the ground. We did that with black plastic. Did pretty good. We got a video on that one. Yeah. Or you can plant broadleaf mustard in the fall. Let it grow all winter, and then as soon as in the winter, till it under and wait 2 weeks because it gives off a chemical, and then plant your garden.
Cul-de-sac says, I'm glad I've already ordered from Hoss Tools. Every time y'all plug something, they sell out. Y'all, We have great luck with Hoss Tool seeds. I'm just going to say.
I mean, our seeds from Hoss Tool are awesome.
Danny likes the high arch wheel hoe.
I do. I love that high arch wheel hoe.
It makes his life a little easier.
I love the seed planter too.
Yeah. So we really enjoy working with Hoss Tools, and that's who they're giving a really nice prize for the biggest pumpkin. So it would pay you if you got a big pumpkin to check out 4 Kids in the Farm and see what all the rules to it is.
What is the discount code for Alexa Pure Pro Water Filter System at My Patriot Supply?
You need to go through our link, and when you go through our link, then it shows what the price is. If you just go to My Patriot Supply, I think you can.
My water, what water?
Wait, no, if you just go to My Patriot Supply, you may have to call them and just say it's through Deep South. But if you go through our link is called preparewithdeepsouth.com. I think that's how it's worded. And if you go through our link, it's already discounted there. I don't know if there is a way to just do it the other way. I just ever tell everybody to go through our link.
Yeah, we have a link in the below.
Sinclair got lucky and found 4 boxes of regular mouth lids.
A lot of places are only selling pure China brand. I agree with that. When is our frog video coming out? Oh, we have got to wait and let them get a little bit bigger, because right now they're small right now.
There's one big one out there though.
Ray Ferguson says, does the seed planter come with several plates? Yes, mine came with 10 different plates. And actually you can order blank plates from them and make your own, so that if you have a spacing that you want to space your plants or something like that, you can make your own.
Hoss Tools is in Georgia, yes.
Yes.
South
Georgia.
Needy homesteader made it home today. She's with her kids and doing therapy. Thank you. Gemini says the link isn't working. Are you talking about the Hoss Tool link?
Which link isn't working?
I think she's talking about Hoss Tool. The way they do it, if you're trying to take it from our description, you can't pick that up. You have to go to it. I don't understand how they work those links. But if you click on it in ours, it should be working. It was the other day because I checked it, but I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, let's see here. Everybody says they're continuing to pray for Heather, which is good. Soil
that
test,
is Needy Homestead.
Yeah, I know who that is. Soil test came back very high. Is that a problem? Well, very high in what? I mean, it depends on what you ask them to test it for. Is it high in calcium? Is it high in phosphorus? Is it high in potassium? Is it high in magnesium? Is it high in zinc? Is it high in iron? I mean, I don't know. It's depends on what is it high in.
Do you clean your Alexa Pure filter and spigot? Bad city water. She's running 2 filters and the spigot gets clogged. I guess if you have really bad, you would have to.
We haven't cleaned anything on ours,
but we're on a
well.
Well, she said My Patriot Supply. Okay, it should be preparewithdeepsouth.com or something like that. See if you can type it in and see if it'll bring it up and it takes you to it. I checked that one the other day, and when I click on it, it goes. But when other people click on it, it don't. I don't know what's going on.
Why my squash don't have any female flowers? Help, please. It depends on how healthy it is. If it's not a very healthy plant, it'll have mostly males. But then a lot of times plants put on just male flowers to start with so that they can attract the pollinators. And once the pollinators come to the male flowers, then it will put on female flowers. So you may not have any pollinators very much.
Can you plant sweet potatoes in grow bags?
Yes, you can. You just have to keep them watered and fertilized.
Yeah.
And make sure you got plenty of soil, because the potatoes will grow like crazy.
Hi, Danny Wanda. I'm late, but was that church? Oh, that's Lana. Okay.
Yeah.
She just loaded some pictures of her flower gardens. I'm watching your long videos during my workouts all the way from Arizona. Thank you.
Okay, so the potassium is very high. Well, the thing about potassium is if it's really, really high, It's not going to do anything for your plants unless you have a balance of magnesium and calcium. So you've got to get your calcium and your magnesium up really good to where they're level, and your pH in your soil has got to be right. If any of those are off, the potassium is not really going to hurt anything. But you're not going to get any of that potassium if your pH and your calcium and your magnesium is not right.
Where did you get the 82424?
At our local feed stores, and our local building supply places, they all have it here. We don't order stuff like that offline.
What do you think of red worm, wiggler worm compost?
Any worm compost is fantastic. I think it's probably the best stuff out there, but you have to understand that it's not going to be everything that you need. It's just good for the plants. You're still probably going to have to put some trace minerals in there. You got to be able to look at the plant and know what it needs.
Yeah. Are y'all gonna do the pumpkin chunkin contest? I'm not sure what that is. We're growing a pumpkin for Hoss Tools, the pumpkin challenge. I don't know what a pumpkin chunkin is.
What about hydroponics? Do y'all ever experiment with hydroponics? No, I'm not going to. We have to raise food for us to eat, and we have to have a lot of it. So hydroponics is not going to produce the amount of food that that we need to be able to survive on. So we're only now focusing on. We're not into fads anymore or anything like that. We're strictly into food production now. What's the best fertilizer for sweet potatoes? Probably 8-24-24 or triple 13.
Okay, so Gemini is putting up our website link, deepsouthhomestead.com, and you go to the shop with thing, and we do have the My Patriot Supply link there. So that one must be working on our website. So if you go to our website, deepsouthhomestead.com, and the shop with button.
I have an 8-foot by 2.5-foot bed. How many slips should I plant? Well, I plant mine every 2 feet apart, so just do the math. Probably 12 to 16 plants in between it there, something like that. You should be okay.
The pumpkin chunkin is when you shoot them off catapults or out of cannons.
We don't have anything like that here.
Throwing pumpkins with a catapult.
How can I get rid of ground moles? It's called castor beans. You can get a product called Mole Away. It's it's made out of castor beans. Castor beans are toxic to moles, so you can use that.
All right, South Florida wants to know, what's the hardest thing you had to do when you first started? Well, considering he's been doing it a lot longer.
I've been doing it most all my life. Yeah.
I canned a lot and I grew a garden, but just actually what we've been doing, homesteading 101 24/7, we started about 8 years ago?
Yeah.
The hardest thing, I don't know what the hardest thing is, but the one thing I don't like is cleaning eggs.
Yeah, the washing of eggs is probably...
Washing the eggs drives me crazy. I don't like it.
We don't really have anything hard. Once your soil is really, really good shape, you don't really have a weed problem. You don't really have a lot of insect problems and stuff like that. If you got good, healthy plants and good, healthy soil, a lot of that stuff just goes by the wayside.
Heidi said she got a worm farm and she's loving it. Danny actually added the second tier to ours, so ours is multiplying and moving up. We'll do a video. Actually, you did a short video, but I gotta find it. Yo, I've been throwing up these little pieces of videos because we do little things the last 2 days of short videos, and it's just stuff that collects, and it'll be all obsolete by the time I figure out what to do with it, so I'm just doing little videos.
What causes tomato leaves to point straight up when they have plenty of water without being soggy? Well, you might want to check and make sure you don't have any graze on, because graze on leaves will curl and point straight up, or they'll point straight down. So just check that out. What's the best fertilizer for growing carrots? We just load our carrot bed up with something that's lots of. You can use bone meal. You can use phosphorus and all this stuff in there, and load it up real heavy with it. So a little bit good soil amendment so that the soil is not packy. The biggest deal is no packy soil, and they usually do real good.
All right, Gypsy Wildering used to be Como Creek.
Yes, they told us that once before.
Yeah, so she said she loved our strawberries. We don't have a pumpkin chunkin catapult in our system. No, we need a moat. You need to dig a moat.
Yeah. Are high tunnels made with cattle panels, or is there something else I need to use? Now, high tunnels are made out of steel. They're steel pipes and V-trusses and all that kind of stuff, and you get a kit and put it together.
Now, some people try to make what they call just they use cattle panels to make the low ones.
They make the low ones, but it's not a high tunnel.
It's not a high tunnel, but it's just like a, what you call it, a green, not even greenhouse. Yeah. What are they calling it?
It's just a
it's just a low tunnel. I guess a low tunnel.
Have we used the weave method on our tomatoes, or do we just stake them? Well, we stake ours, and then we use cages. We use cages made out of concrete reinforcement wire, and then we drive the stakes on the determinant ones, and we tie them.
Dustin said lumber has gone up 180% in the company that I work for.
Well, guys, when I do porch time this week, you're going to find out a lot more stuff. I'm going to probably share some stuff that may make some of you a little bit nervous. And lumber is just one of them.
Yeah. Had a great spring crop.
Of the Corotas, Dan, you were right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corotas are, as far as I'm concerned, is the #1 carrot. Behind Corota would be the Denver half-longs would be right behind the Corotas.
South Florida says, when convincing your wife that prepping is the way to go, what do you tell her?
You tell her that in a year, if she don't start prepping, she's going to go hungry. Her nails are going to be dirty. She's not going to have a way to wash her hair or take a bath.
No toilet paper.
And no toilet paper.
That should get her started.
Yeah.
Oh, TP.
Yeah, I'm sorry, TP. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch what we say. Might be incorrect. Do you eat much poultry? About once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week, yeah. That's probably about it. Let's see here.
Not really asking a lot of questions right now, looks like.
I believe the rapture is around the corner, guys. So I definitely believe it's pretty close.
With your castle background, you all should do a drawbridge and such. Just skip the crocodiles.
We actually have a crocodile or an alligator down here at our pier.
The head of one.
We have the head of one down at the pier. So when you walk up on our pier, it's sticking out on the edge of the pier looking at you.
Yeah, thanks to one of our subscribers. The kids today would walk up and stomp it with their foot like they're trying to stomp it.
Yeah.
They realized right quick it wasn't real, but they still wanted to mess with it. They had to see if they needed to kill it. We had till 9.
Yeah. There's Amy. She popped in here. She's been out planting. That's what I like to see. That's what I like. I like to see people who are out working, people who've been planting the garden, people getting ready, people who are prepping. That's what I like. Do we have a video on chicken slaughtering?
Yes.
Yes, we do, don't we?
We had several. We actually taught a class here about 4 years ago.
We did. I forgot about that.
3-4 years ago.
Yes.
And had some people here, and we have a video on that. Dean
and Ashley were here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they let a chicken go.
Yeah.
And it was running around. They were chasing the chicken all over everywhere. And in the video, Danny just reaches up and grabs it in midair.
Yeah.
It's a miracle growth. Everybody was just laughing.
Do we use salt for our well water? No, I don't use salt in my well water.
I don't know why you would.
I don't know why you would, unless it's something wrong with it. But
does Dolomite garden lime burn roots?
If you use it fresh while you're planting, it can do it. Dolomite needs to be in the ground 3 months before you plant your garden.
Shelly says she picked mayhaws today. I picked a handful.
We picked some mayhaws. One did, yeah.
Mine's not going to produce much this year. We got that late freeze, and they were just coming on, so a lot of them froze and fell off. But I'm going to have a few.
What state do I think has the longest growing season? That'd be kind of crazy. I mean, it's only two answers to that. Three, really. Be Florida, Texas, South Texas, and Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Arizona might be in that too.
No, most of them have some weird weather.
Yeah.
It'd be California.
Heidi Frog says, I canned tomatoes today. All right. I love to see people canning.
I canned green beans out of our high tunnel this week. I've canned 8 jars one day and then 9 and what, 5, 6.
Gemini said they went to the Ohio
About
River today
14
and
the
went
next day.
fishing and prepped for the freezer.
Good, you got
All
some
right,
stuff.
they must have got some fish.
No, they got crawfish.
Oh, crawfish.
They were going for, well, she might have got some fish too, but she was going for crawfish.
When do we plant sweet potatoes to make slips? Zone 8. We planted ours back at the 1st of March.
Do we have any coyote problems?
Nope.
Danny got rid of one about 6 years ago.
I killed the last one that I knew of here because look, I'm just going to tell you guys something. I'm hell on wheels when it comes to varmints. I kill everything. If you don't belong to me and it comes on my property, it usually gets a bullet in it. I mean, I don't care if it's a raccoon, a possum, a skunk, a coyote. Even
saying that, we have lots of wildlife here. It's not like we have nothing.
No, we have tons of wildlife, but we don't allow wildlife that messes with our stuff.
We have plenty of birds that don't eat stuff. We have plenty of birds that are starting to eat stuff if we don't watch.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about predators.
Squirrels don't bother stuff
We've got
until it gets really ready.
We probably got 100 squirrels right here around the house.
Yes.
And when they start messing with my fruit, as long as he's not in my fruit trees, I'll leave him alone. The moment he steps in my fruit trees, I shoot him out.
The moment he's toting a peach across our back porch, he's in trouble. It has happened, people.
Jennifer says, can you test for grazon? Nope. The only way you know you got grazon is look at the plant.
Lippy got catfish, not crawfish. They weren't ready yet.
Oh, sounds like a winner. We got catfish in our freezer because I caught a few.
Can you test for grazon?
I told him, said no.
Oh, okay.
Gotta look at the plant.
My husband Larry is concerned about your gas top range in your canning kitchen. He thinks you need more support under it due to the heavy weight canning pots.
Oh, trust me, it's beefed up. You don't have to worry.
Yeah, he did. He fixed it.
It's all fixed.
You don't allow
critters and crime. Nope, neither one of them.
We don't.
That's why I carry a sidearm on me. No matter where I'm at, I have a sidearm on me. If I see something that don't belong, I don't care if it crawls on the ground, walks on, whatever, it's gone.
How do you know what size backhoe to get for your farm?
You just get what fits your tractor. I mean,
if you're getting one that hooks to your tractor, it has to.
Yeah, I got a 25 horsepower tractor. I just get the one that fits my tractor, and it depends on how you use it. You just have to realize you can't do big heavy stuff fast with it.
Let's see, it's after 9. What happened when Corona hit us? What happens when Corona hits us all? I don't know. We all get sick, I guess.
Well, guys, I can't go into the CV on here because they'll get me in trouble. But it's not as real as you think it is.
We've stocked all our ponds. Our ponds are well stocked.
Yes.
And we're getting some fish. They're not gigantic, but they're big enough to eat. Danny's been catching some really nice fish.
I caught some nice fish. Andrew says, all animals have a purpose. Oh, all animals do have a purpose, just not on my property.
As long as they're not messing with stuff.
As long as they don't mess with anything, I don't mess with them. But the moment they touch something, I take them out.
Yeah. All right, so pretty much, I guess we were about done. Unless somebody has questions, what are you most nervous about in the coming months? Just, I don't know. To me, it's more about family and stuff that don't have things and don't have enough. And that's what bothers me more than anything else. With the prices going sky high, I worry about the kids and the grandkids not having enough food and stuff like that. And that's why Danny and I were really glad that my daughter's planting something because
Oh,
she
yeah.
plants a big garden.
Yeah.
She plants a lot. And thank you, Gerard.
Yes, thank you so much, Gerard. Thank you, Gemini, for putting up our Patreon link.
Yeah. Let's see.
Cynthia says, been planting all day. Cucumbers, tomatoes, sunflowers, green beans, pink-eyed purple hull peas, so she's got to be in the South. Christmas limas, got to be in the South. Zucchini and yellow squash. All right. And Tim says, let's go fishing. Hey, I'm right behind you.
Yo, if it wasn't just for I'm tired and I'm going to bed, Danny'd probably be out there fishing tonight.
I probably would.
We got lights out there.
I got lights on the pier out there, and
he's been fishing every day.
I went fly fishing the other day and actually caught a pile of them on my fly rod.
And he bought it for me, and I have yet to go out there and learn how to fly fish. We're gonna do a video when I do that, but we just have a lot going on, and hopefully maybe tomorrow we're gonna just take the day off, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna get taxes finished.
We gotta get our taxes
and then
finished,
we're taking the rest of the day off. That sounds fun to me.
All right, we got to jump over here, guys. We got to have prayer. Several people sent us requests this week to remember them. I'm not going to go into all the details about what the prayer request was between us and God. And they asked us to remember them in prayer, and we're going to do that tonight. Those will be some special prayer requests that's been mentioned. We got to continue to pray that the wicked leaders of our country will be taken out of power, and that God will replace them with some good people. The only thing is we just got to pray. Thank you, Chuck, for that.
Chuck Norris Gun Club.
Yeah. Hey.
Thank you. He said, y'all look healthy and happy. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, we we just want to try to make sure we got to get these people out of office before they bankrupt our whole. Well, I can't say before they bankrupt our country because we're already bankrupt. We're already $28 trillion in debt. So there's no getting out of it now.
There's JM. She said it's still light on the West Coast. She got her first suntan.
Oh, wow.
Well, I've been out in the sun a good bit, but this week's I've been in more because of the cannon and stuff. And so next week I'm hoping to get that swapped around. But we've got beans that's got to be picked. You know that.
Yeah, we got to pick beans tomorrow.
So I may be canning again, even though I want to have a day off. I may have to can.
Yeah.
Or put them in the fridge till Monday. I'm good at that, y'all.
Yeah, it's bad, guys. Stress fracture in his knee. Okay, that's Larry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's guys. They don't need praying for the country. I'm telling you what, forget praying for the country. You better pray we get the people out of position that's making these stupid rules before it just goes too bad. I'm telling you. Scripture says in the Bible that the judgment must begin at the house of God. And God says, I hold my people accountable. My people will be judged first. And you don't want to know why? It's because we sit back and we don't pray to get these people out of office. God says, you don't want them out of office, you don't ask to have them out of office. So I'm saying, pray they get out of office. Don't pray for the country. That's a generic prayer. God is a specific God. God wants specific things to be prayed for. So call them by name before God and say, God, I want them out of office. Please take them out of office. That's just the way to pray.
Are you too prepared with things that go bang? Pretty much.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
And things that don't necessarily go bang
we
like
prepared
a crossbow.
Yeah, we're prepared for the silent but deadly weapons. I mean, these don't make no noise, and they're still the most feared weapon on the face of the earth to this day. So we have lots of those also.
Several things.
Several things, yeah.
Pray for those that are struggling, yes.
That would be just about everybody.
Yeah. Y'all, I told Danny, we've seen more on Facebook of people's tomatoes that are curling.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying, what is this? What is this? What is this? And if you even mention Grazon or anything like that, everybody in the chat goes to holler, no, that ain't it. So I just quit telling people.
We quit telling people.
We just let them find out on their own.
It could be 2,4-D. It could be Remedy. It could be Grazon.
It could be in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
It may not be that's what everybody's is, but I bet in the past week I've seen 10 different people in different groups and different people messaging us, hey, look, this is what's happening to my leaves. And it's hard for me to say that that's what it is, but all of them are starting to curl a lot like ours did.
Yeah.
And it's hard to know until they really start dying exactly what it is. So there's a problem for the whole world, and if that's the case, people are using too many hay-ridden with Grazon stuff.
Yeah. Okay. We're fixing to go to the Lord in prayer, for everybody don't have to be up till midnight tonight, especially us. Father, we thank you so much for being there for us. That's the one good thing that we love about having you as our Heavenly Father. It's just a simple fact that when we sit down to pray, you're just right there. You're omnipresent. You're omnipotent, Lord. You're always there. We don't ever have to wait on you. We don't ever have to get in line to talk to you or anything like that. You're always there listening to us. And because of that, we like to bring our petitions before you, and we like to humbly approach the throne, Lord, and be bold at it when we do it, and say, Father, please have mercy on us first of all. And then, Lord, all the prayer requests that's been mentioned here tonight, we just want to pray that you will meet the need of each and every one of them. The people who sent us special requests this week, Father, I want you to remember each one of them and meet those needs, Father. There's some that need some healing. There's people that need financial support. Lord, there's people that's lost their jobs. There's people that have been looking for a place to live, a new homestead, Father. There's people that's been being evicted. People that have cancer, Lord. People that's going for tests. Father, I could just keep going on and on and on. But Lord, you know the needs of everybody. And I'm praying tonight that we can have all these needs met. And then, Lord, I'm praying for the removal of the wicked leaders of our nation. Father, we as your people have fall down on our knees before you, and we ask that you, Lord, that you bring our nation back to its knees again, so that we have to seek your face, Father. And in doing so, Lord, we pray that our nation can return, if it's in your will, for it to return back to the God-fearing nation that it once was. And Father, if for some reason we are in the latter days of the age like we believe we are, and this is not going to happen because it's in your time frame, then I'm praying for grace and for mercy for each person in this chat here tonight. I'm praying that you will give them an ample food supply, Lord. You will meet their medical needs. Father, you'll meet all their needs. And just go with us as we go through the fire, Lord. You never promised that you would deliver us from the fire, but you promised that you'd go through the fire with us. And Lord, as we go through the fire, I pray that not a hair on our body will be singed, Lord, but that we'll come out on the other side and we'll be as pure and refined as the gold that you said that we are made out of, Lord, and that our garments will be white as snow on the other side. Lord, I just pray for peace and prosperity for each and every one of us here in this nation. I pray that our freedoms are not taken from us, Lord, but that we're able to keep our freedoms. We're able to protect not only ourselves, but to protect our families. We're able to have produce, Lord, so we can feed ourselves. Just this past week, I found out so much wickedness that's going on, Lord, with the food supply and all this. And Father, I pray that you'll allow me to be able to share this with the people, and Lord, we'll be able to figure out a way to get around this and to be able to make it through what's coming, Father. So don't lift your hand off of us just yet, Lord. I know it may be lifted off the nation, but I'm praying for your people, Father. I'm not praying for the nation. I'm praying for your people right now, that you'll have mercy on us, Lord, and meet all of our needs. We ask these things in Christ's name. Amen. Oh, right.
Oh, I'm getting sleepy now. Guys, Monday, Danny and Mr. Grove.
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
Gonna enjoy that video, I promise you.
Yeah.
I went and got some plants and stuff, and then took them around and talked to Bev for a few minutes while we were waiting on them. And I looked at her and I'm going, "You think them two will ever stop?" And she said, Danny's dancing here.
I'm dancing here.
We started laughing because we could hear them laughing and carrying on, and we just left them with their talk. And I think it ran about 35, 40 minutes.
Between 35 and 40 minutes, me and Mr. Gross sat on our video, and we actually talked, and we had a very good discussion between the two of us. I really wish we could just set the camera up and we could talk about things like we do behind the scenes, but because of the politically correctness of the world today, we can't do that, you know, and because we have some really deep discussions. Me and Billy from Permapastures Farm had some really deep discussions. Me and Mr. Grow had some really deep discussions, and it's you know, I wish I could share everything, but it's just not possible.
Yeah, and we get a lot of people saying, "Why don't you say what you want to say?" Even on Patreon. They're watching you on Patreon. They're watching everywhere.
It doesn't matter where you go.
Says what he can say.
Yeah.
And you have to fill in some of the blanks. I mean, sometimes it's not rocket science. So you hear a piece of it, you can fill in the rest.
You just have to fill in the rest of the blanks. I do tons of research,
and
guys.
You can Google a few words and find the rest.
Yeah, a lot of my stuff. I will tell you all this. A lot of my stuff comes from the UN. Because
they won't know what you're doing.
I was trying to stomp Wanda's feet because she's playing footsies with me, you know, and I'm like, don't play footsies with me while I'm doing a live stream.
He's being funny.
Anyway, I was, you know, the people of this nation that's running this nation are doing what the UN tells them to do, because we're under Agenda 21 right now. They're looking for Agenda 2030. They're trying to make all this stuff come to fruition. And I got to watch my words. And in doing so, the people that run our country are nothing more than puppets on a string.
There's Green Grex. Look at there.
Yeah, and so that's what it is, guys. I don't even look at the weather. I don't look at the news here. Fox News, all this stuff. I don't pay no attention to all that stuff. I go straight to the source, which is the UN.
Somebody's asking about this T-shirt. We had a lady that was making these T-shirts, and I'm sure I haven't asked if she's still making them. We had a link at one time, and I'll have to see if I can find it and see if she still will make them. Instead of going through a T-shirt company, she was making them for us about 2 years ago.
Yeah. And
it's Garden Like Your Life Depends on It, because it does.
Because it does.
And that was our
If you don't believe me, just wait till next year.
Yeah. It's going to get...
You can mark this video down, put a star by it, do whatever you want to do that I said that, and when next year comes, go back and look at this video and say, oh my word, he told me so. Matter of fact, when I talk about Porch Time this week, I'll actually share something that about an I told you so moment.
Yeah. So some things are just happening because it's a slow progression. I mean,
yeah.
You know, Patty G says she wore her shirt the other day. She has one like that.
Good conversations with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we got to jump off of here and get a lot more things done before actually going to bed tonight. So we will see you guys.